Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Nick from the World of Cole. It's been a month. I just looked at my YouTube studio. It's been a month since I uploaded anything. Yeah, Creepy Moon Flash is the last video I've done. I've got nothing in the queue for pending. Well, that's not true. I have something, another live video that's coming out. It's not an EAS scenario. It's something different. Can you believe this is only the third time I've ever did something live like this on the channel? There'll be a fourth video tonight. So yeah, let's talk real quick about what's going on and where we're going from here, because we kind of did this last year too, if I recall. So over 700 subscribers. I'm really happy about that, and I'm really happy about some of you guys that stay consistent with the channel and stay and watch the things. We tried Discord for a while, but I just don't have the time for it, so I got rid of the server. Did schoolwork for a while. I'm on break till Monday. Yeah, and work's been another hectic summer. Last summer was hectic. Kind of hoped for a break this summer, but it just didn't happen again. But here we are again. It's almost the end of August. We're rolling into September soon, and we're going back into the school routine and everything else that comes with it. So let's talk about what's going on with creativity, videos, those types of different things. So we did a lot of multiversal things. Did try to do some more creepy things, but really just no idea has been popping in my head for a while. That's kind of why I've laid low from it. I did some things. I did one of the kind of like multiversal madness thing without ever seeing Doctor Strange 2, and I kind of wish I had watched Doctor Strange 2 before I did it, because I had a better idea of what the actual plot was. But I'm kind of happy with some of the results that we've had from some of the videos. I see that Silence and Look at the Lights in the Sky, especially Look at the Lights in the Sky, I'm surprised, is the top video of the channel. Over 15,000 views since I last looked at it. Very, very surprised by that. That was probably one of the most random videos I've ever done. The sound effects are just so random. The look at the lights in the sky, the way the aliens say it in the video is just so freaking random. And I did that on purpose. I didn't have any rhyme or reason to it. I just threw it in the timeline just all over the place when I created that video. So I'm really happy to see how it was going, how it's been doing. So I hope to see that one continue to rise up on the channel. The Silence series is really something interesting. We threw it back in the multiverse in one of the latest videos on the United Order. But I just kind of, the United Order was just kind of like the melting pot of the whole channel. Just kind of took a little bit of everything and just dumped it back in. But where we're going tonight, where we're going tomorrow, maybe, and where we're going after this. So this is the third live video. This is kind of like an update. There's going to be a story coming after I'm done with the update. So you guys are going to want to hear this story. This is pretty cool. It's not like a personal story, but it's a legend story. It's a local legend, and it's going to tie into what's coming next on the next emergency alert system video. And what's coming tonight. So it's currently 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. There's a video that's about to hit my queue. I gotta upload it first. It's finishing up. But as a lot of you don't know, and some of you that do know, I'm a musician. I have been for, oh God, a long time. I mean, I played in school, but I'm a guitarist. I've been for a long time. So coming up onto the channel is a cover of Volbeat's Shotgun Blues. Now, I'm just going to give you a little bit of warning. The sound's kind of off. I don't have interface equipment for computers, so I literally record it with my iPhone like I'm doing right now, literally with the amp right in front of it. And I did Audacity for the audio, and it's in tune, but it sounds kind of off. So it's, it is what it is at this point. So hopefully it does okay. It's just something I wanted to do a little differently. A little spare time I've had. I'm surprised I had it at all. But that's the fourth live video going on the channel. I think, let's see, we had Yeah, because we did the Greenland movie review. We had a live update, I think, last year, and this is number 3. It's either 3 or 4, I can't remember. But what's coming up next? So, as many of you are aware, one of the first videos and other videos that I do are part of the local area for me. I do all that because I'm familiar with everything in my area, the towns, the stations like WXN 59, which is Mount Washington on the radio tower, or the NOAA weather station up on Bath, and there's Call Hill and all that. So the first video was a volcano I did off Keuka Lake called Bluff Point. So I work on 3 of the different Finger Lakes in the area. Obviously, I can't get into what, but that's my summer job, is I work on 3 different Finger Lakes. And one of the legends that comes up from time to time on a different lake, what's called Canandaigua Lake, is the legend of a hill that's called Bear Hill. Now, I'm not going to use this legend in one of the next videos, out of respect for the Seneca Nation, which is one of the Native American tribes here. But it's going to influence one of the next videos. But the way this legend goes is, this hill has basically never had any greenery, no trees, no nothing, up until the 1940s when New York State DEC got up there, and I don't know if they planted trees or what. There's a whole plethora on the internet, on the Canandaigua Town website, that tells you the history and all that, and there's like who bought what and how they got cottages on the lake and yada yada. But anyway, there's a legend that makes the whole story of the hill come alive, and it's really interesting. Something I just did for my TikTok. But anyway, the legend goes that the Seneca Nation, there was a young boy who found a 2-headed serpent. Whether the serpent was dying or not is disputed, but he brought it back to the hill, started feeding it meat, and had hunger that just couldn't be satisfied. So as it grew and grew and grew, it started to eat humans, mainly the Seneca Indians, or Native Americans, excuse me, including the boy's sister. And they were called the people of the hill. Now, back in the days of the Senecas and the other Native Americans, they communicated by smoke signals, and they have a large bonfire every year. But they were called the people of the hill, and so in this legend, the 2-headed serpents was eating the people of the hill. So the young boy had a vision that if he had a bow and arrow, and he had crafted the arrows in a way with his sister's hair that would cause the serpent to die because of a magic spell that would overcome the serpent. So he followed through with it, and he shot it in between the jawline. It was like a red jawline of the 2-headed serpent, and the serpent came crashing down, rolling down, and took out all the greenery and the trees on Bear Hill. And supposedly it spat out all the skulls of the Native Americans. And what makes the story come more alive is when you go down to Bear Hill, and the valley next to it's called Vine Valley, you can find rocks that are in the shapes of skulls. Whether I haven't actually seen it myself, I haven't had the ability to do that yet, but it's a very interesting legend. So that it took all the trees, there's no greenery, and nothing grew. And that's the major important part of the legend, is that nothing grew there up until the 1940s when the DEC came through and did all that. What makes the legend more interesting is this lake is about 250 to 275 feet. I think that's where it's its deepest, is 275 feet. But the lake has a tendency to turn itself over. It's just one of those things. But there's a fishing legend that gets attached real quick to it. And the legend for that is every time the lake turns itself over, it's the serpent doing it. So it really makes the legend come alive. And for, tourists, it's a great story. And they're like, wow, it's so amazing. But for some of us, I'm of European descent. Obviously wasn't native, but for me, living here my whole life, it's kind of like, it really gets you thinking, because you're like, well, if nothing ever grew there until DEC came along, not ruling out possibilities here. So that's going to kind of influence the next video. I'm not saying the lake's not going to be or may be involved. I don't know, but I'm not gonna use the exact legend out of respect for the Seneca Nations. I have not had the ability to communicate with them. I don't know if they would be, I don't want to say offended, but I don't know if that would be offensive to their culture, because we've, on the north end of the lake, there's an island that had a name change, went from Squaw to Skino Island. Squaw was a derogatory term for women. It was actually slang from the British back during the colonial era, and the island has history too. It goes back to the days during the Revolutionary War with the Sullivan Expedition, where the Americans were slaughtering the Native Americans who were siding with the British on the tail end of the war. So they would hide the women and children on this island, which is no longer attached to the mainland. It's just a little island on the north side of the lake. It's not too far off. It's probably, 500 feet offshore, and it's really shallow, but they've changed it. So we've had some, and the Seneca Nation's going through a battle with the state right now over, the governor wants to use funding from the Seneca's casinos to pay for Buffalo Bills Stadium. So there's a lot of that going on right now, so we won't do that. But anyway, that's the legends and influence for the next video. So following this live video, the 4th live video of the channel is coming up, and then hopefully tomorrow, if not tomorrow, over the weekend, the next video influenced by the Seneca Nation's legend of Bear Hill will be live. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Just want to give you a quick update. It wasn't really that quick, and give you a little detail of what's going on, where we're going from here. As far as where I'm going from after this, I don't know. So we'll see what happens and where it goes. But that's going to do it for this one. Catch you on the next one.